Pours like a golden cascade. Drop by drop, the undeniable aroma comes from one of the most admired oils in all of Italy, Sabina DOP extra virgin olive oil. Pressed from a variety of rich-colored olives and carefully harvested from an area that is older than Rome. An area that at one time spoke the ancient language OSCO and spreads like a tablecloth of olive trees and oak woods, sun-kissed to perfection. A hidden gem that shines with purity. From medieval towns to castles and monasteries, the Sabina area represents one of the few regions unspoiled by mass tourism. But you would never know this ancient Roman countryside exists, since its neighbors are grand, impressive, and dominating symbols of the Roman Empire. To the right is the most recognizable structure in the world, the Coliseum. To the left is the enchanting town of Tivoli that holds UNESCO World Heritage Sites, Hadrian's Villa and Villa d'Este, architectural masterpieces for Roman emperors who governed with a tight fist. However, for the Sabine people, it wasn't structures or masterpieces that gave them their strength and longevity. Instead, it was their land people relied on, a land that holds its own importance and continues to give families today, including this one, its well-being, while supplying the eternal city with its primary source of extra virgin olive oil for more than 2,000 years. To tell us more about the region and its DOP olive oil is Giuseppe Micaletta, whose passion and love for the area inspired him to abandon his legal career in New York to dedicate his time and energy into making Sabina olive oil known around the world by opening the doors to his childhood summer villa, La Tartaruga Sabina. With the support of his American wife and family, his decision is now a reality. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for welcoming us to the area of Sabina. Tell me more about this wonderful region.
This wonderful region north of Rome is older than Rome in terms of civilization. It's known for the legend of the Ratto delle Sabine. In English, it's the rape, it should be the kidnap of the Sabines. However, this region is much more than that. It's much more than this legend. First of all, it's the region from where the second and the third kings of Rome came from. Then is the region where Saint Francesco d'Assisi, started his spiritual journey. The area is known for the most ancient olive oil in Europe, and I would say the best olive oil in the world. It's not an exaggeration if you think that we are standing in front of the oldest and largest olive tree in Europe. That people from this region have been growing olive trees and have been producing olive oil for as longer than Rome. In fact, when Rome took over the whole region, the olive oil from Sabina became the olive oil of La Città Eterna, Rome, the eternal city.
This area is known for olive oil and it has its own brand. What's the name of the brand?
Sabina DOP. DOP means Protected Denomination of Origin. This is a European-based seal that is given to a specific region for its product.
What do you produce?
Well, my dad acquired a big piece of real estate more than 30 years ago, and I grew up here. And I've always been around olive trees. And we have more than 1,000 olive trees. And I recently thought that it would be a great thing to do, marketing and selling this wonderful olive oil in the entire world. And we decided to sell in the United States, in China, and hopefully everywhere else.
And what is the name of your particular product and how is it produced?
It's called OSCO, Sabina DOP, and it's produced following the strictest Sabina DOP guidelines. The process is very basic. It's not sophisticated at all. Making olive oil from olives, it's a very simple thing. You crush olives with the pit and everything, and from this paste, from this mush, you separate water and olive oil comes out. But it is extremely difficult to produce real and good extra virgin olive oil, because you need to follow very strict guidelines. First of all, it shouldn't take longer than 24 to 48 hours between the picking of the olives from the tree to the crushing them in the mill. The shorter the period of time, the better. And then you need to store this olive oil in a very specific way, at a very specific temperature, in very specific containers. But first of all, the olive oil has to come from the right olives.
Yeah.
And the right olives have to come from the right trees. And the right trees have to come from the right region.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to kind of learn more about the area. And I'm looking forward to people coming here and enjoying it for themselves.